Woo! That snuck up on me. I was doing all my things and then it said showtime. It's a good thing it doesn't catch you unawares and you actually have to press a button. Well, 11 o'clock here on the west coast of the United States, and all's well. I had to remember to close the window before I went live because they're power washing sidewalks outside. So that's my lovely distraction. Welcome, welcome. They were doing this yesterday as well, and I couldn't take it after a certain point because they've got like the generator going in the parking lot and then the like spraying noise. So I went off and I got myself some Easter candy. So you'll see that it was kind of a field trip. You'll see that later on Instagram. But anyway, what are we here for today? I'm here for some productivity. I have been having trouble getting down to brass tacks with the novel that I am editing, and we did a productivity sprint on Sandy Golson's channel, and it was a dream. It got me to sort of do this without thinking about it, and I've taken that formula and applied it to some of the other things I'm doing. I'm still getting stuck, but and by stuck, I mean lost in the primary source material, secondary source material for research that is so fun that it's hard to not get stuck in. For example, I got this from the library at the beginning of the week, and it's super fun. So I was reading this in Break Even Books reading sprint, and it's fascinating. I read a chapter. Hey, I'm guessing this is Polly. Nice to have you here. It's going to be reading The Wolf of Oren-Yaro. Oh, cool. All right. Sounds like a fantasy or a paranormal. One of the two. Sounds good. I'm going to be kind of all over the place. I've got a couple posts to draft and things to finish up because I just finished March of the Moderns. It's first time ever running this readathon, first time ever running a readathon, and it was a ton of fun. I had my bingo challenge with the prompts up there, and it was fun. Most people put stuff up on Instagram of what they were doing and reading and checked it off, and I think after today I'll pick the winner for the free Persephone book, which is fun. And I want to do a post that's about takeaways from running a readathon because I think I did some things pretty well and I think I did some things pretty scattered. So takeaways in case anyone's thinking of doing this and wants to take the plunge but wants a little advice or tales from the front. So I have some cleanup work to do on that and some planning work to do for April. So that's what I'll be working on. And yeah, cool. I don't think I recognize your avatar. What a Polly reads. So I will definitely check out your channel. That's the fun thing about these is you meet people who are just looking to get work done and looking to read and get to know who they are. So I think I will put up the banner to start in a couple minutes. Let me adjust it. I don't have a timer. I just put up a banner and use the minutes after the hour. So let's do that. Start at 10, go to 30. Oh, and Tina's on. Hi. Oh my gosh, it's a new avatar. Okay, well that might be why I don't recognize the brand. Commissioned yesterday. Fancy. Sweet. Well, as I said, I'm cleaning up from the readathon, working on the takeaway post and messaging. And tell me what you're reading. Polly's reading The Wolf of Oren-Yaro. And Tina, if you're working on a book, let me know. I was working on a book. I do my readings in the morning, so this is a little late. But I did a good chunk of The Cruise of the Nona, which is nonfiction from 1925, because it's leftover. I started in March, but I didn't finish, so I want to clean that up and do something with it and then get rid of it because it's one of these old books that like is not going to hold together very well. So, oh, Tina just finished filming a video. Cool. And Katya's here. The Ladies' Paradise. That's the shopping one, though it's like Shop Girls related. That's very exciting. It's semi related to the Fair Women, which is the women organizing the World's Fair in 1893. So I think I'll get to that in a later sprint as like a reward. Oh, and Jim's here. Yes. Hi, Jim. Anna Karenina. Play All, Atomic Habits. How are you reading all three of those at the same time? That defies imagination. But I tried to go a little earlier so that you could jump on one of these because you said it's midnight, 12-hour difference for me, and I realized that's a bit of a stretch. Like I go to bed at about 9:30, so props to you staying up till midnight. Y'all are a bunch of night owls. Y'all are east of me, I'm sure. So, okay, I'm gonna put up the right banner. Still got a couple minutes. Take that one off. Why there's so much stuff going on here. Any other comments? I think we'll go for 20 minutes. I just put 20 minutes on the clock. If you want to change it, let me know if it feels like too long or too short, but that's been a good one for when I was sprinting with Sandy and Steph. And yeah, comment on each other's reading choices or, call out terrible books like Anna Karenina. Yeah. Or say hi. Because everyone's very, very social butterfly. It's almost the weekend, so you have all the time to be social butterflies. Oh, okay. There's one other thing I wanted to remind people about. So my Taste Life Twice is my mug's in the way. It's the publishing company the name that I use. And we have a book club. And our book this month is going to be Love Medicine by Louise Erdrich. I'll just say it both times, forever. And I happened to like half-heartedly choose an essay out of this because it had time in the title for Buzzwordathon in March. And it was Louise Erdrich's. And I'll read one paragraph that got me very excited. I read the whole essay, but there's one paragraph I'll just tease you with because you really should read Louise Erdrich. Okay. So she is a indigenous literature queen, and she's talking about learning Ojibwe, which is her maternal grandfather's language, but she never learned it growing up. So this is one of the pieces I thought was interesting. Na'awi Gi'izis introduced me to the deep intelligence of the language and forever set me on a quest to speak it for one reason. I want to get the jokes. I also want to understand the prayers and the Adiso Kanug, the sacred stories. But the irresistible part of language for me is the explosion of hilarity that attends every other minute of an Ojibwe visit. As most speakers are now bilingual, the language is spiked with puns, yes, on both English and Ojibwe, most playing on the oddness of Gichi Mo'okoman, that is, big knife or American habits and behavior. And this is a nation that lives around the north of the Great Lakes and up into Canada, I believe, currently. And so I'm very much looking forward to reading Love Medicine from her like big universe of Ojibwe tales of small town relationships and such. I was talking too long. Okay, everyone's saying hello. That's good. Oh, Polly is even further east. It's 2 a.m. already. Having coffee. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. 10. Oh, thank you. This is about 20 years old. My cousin in Ireland sent it to me as a beautiful gift when I was like 19. What are you reading? Oh, okay. Philippines. That's why it's 2 a.m. Kudos. Oh, and Noelle's here. Excited. Welcome. I just subscribed to your channel, I think, because you were in a chat recently. So that's super fun. Welcome, everybody. I don't know what this refers to. I'll have to let it go. Bank holiday. There's lots of stuff going on. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm never going to catch up if I keep doing this. So let's make the sprinting message be true. I'm going to mute myself and put a timer on. And we got 20 minutes. And let's get to work or get to reading and fall into those pages. Have fun. Okay. I have 31, so that was about 20 minutes. Whew. That was like turbo. That wasn't sprint. That was turbo level for me. How'd you guys do? Oh, I was not reading at that point. I did a Patreon post and put it up really quick, and then I was working on budgeting receipts for March. This is the scurf of life that I don't want to do, so I only do it when people are watching me and judging me if I don't. This is the secret. This is the secret of adulting. Um, see if people are unmuting themselves or not unmuting, writing in or paying attention here. Turbo Sprint, yes. How to Sell John Williams Stoner. You're trying to convince someone else to read it? Is that what you mean by sell? I didn't understand when you mentioned John Williams Stoner because the author on the cover seemed to be someone else. So when you said that in your video, I was like, who is the... So maybe that's part of the confusion. Oh, Ratcheting Through Anna Karenina, 532. Was this a tome? No, not tome. Topple. A mammoth. Was this a mammoth from March, Jim? Is that part of your over 600 or 700 pages? Crazy, crazy. Oh no, actual selling. Okay. Oh, funny. Mark Nash. Here we go. Stoner is a great book about nothing. So it would have worked for that tag. That's fun. Yeah. Once you have that category in your head, I've thought of several books that are about nothing. It's kind of fun. Does anyone else? It's kind of like balancing your checkbook. Like, take out all the receipts from your wallet or your purse and like go through them to make sure that they're processed correctly. Because I try to do this every month, but yeah, I'm 2 months behind, and I'm just gonna forget February and move on with March. There's so few expenses right now when we're staying in. I have like 4 receipts for the month, and like the Patreon. So it's pretty easy. There's really no excuse, but that's okay. Let's see. The author's John Williams. The book is called Stoner. The one I held up was Butcher's Crossing. Oh, okay. Different book. That's now I get it. Thank you, Sina. All right. So, oh, okay. Yeah, it's a good metaphor. Anna Karenina is more a marathon than a sprint, but little sprints help in between, so that's good. uh, oh, okay. I was like, that's, yeah, shipping. Got it. So I mentioned that I'm doing a post about the takeaways from running a readathon, and in case anyone else is thinking of doing that, I'm also getting ready for the Patreon book club with reading Louise Erdrich. Not yet, but I'm finishing up my March read, which is The Cruise of the Nona by Hilaire Belloc. Hilaire Belloc. Has anyone read that author? He's a name that I came across several times and was interested because I didn't know his background. Apparently he was French, but very early on in schooling came over to England, and so is very British in his outlook, but also still Catholic. And this is a sailing memoir where he's waxing philosophical on all these subjects, including a hefty section on how Catholicism is winning in 1924. And I'm still a little mystified by his conclusions, but it's philosophy, so it could just be the handicap I have. And Polly was off with the book. Well, at least you didn't fall asleep. Oh, good. I'm glad it's an engaging and gripping book. That's success right there. Yay. Let's see. the multiple platforms that I'm looking at here. So we've got one good book, two good books. Tina's not reading a book. She's trying to summarize it for Mark. Brian is, finishing a Eudora Welty story. Here you go. Old Mr. Marblehead. That sounds like something from Dead Poets Society. Brian, I've read very little Eudora Welty. I think I've got like an omnibus short stories, and I've read a couple. And I recently picked up a book by Faye Weldon, and I sort of had them classed in the same, for some reason, classed in the same category. But my bookseller friend told me that no, she's not a genteel Southern lady. She's like a crack the whip, cutting feminist wit. And I was like, oh, here, thank you. So I'd heard of Faye Weldon, but was just curious and hadn't ever like pulled the trigger. So I'm excited to read her. If anyone has comments, let me know. Comments. Okay. We think we've got Mark, excellent, and Mr. Marblehead, weird. All right. It's fair. It's fair. Is it another book that's over your head? Is it one of those that you don't really understand, but you sort of enjoy? I enjoyed that video a lot. I don't know how I would do a video like that because I feel like so many of the books I've read, especially in the past year or two, have been up here, and I'm just kind of like on this level. So that was a cool video to hear about different categories of books that you felt like that with. No Faye Weldon. Anybody else? Peanut Gallery? Fun. Let's see, 30, 40. I'm going to do more receipts. Is everyone going to keep on in the same vein, or are we going to skip over to something different? Tell me what your next sprint is going to be on, and I'll change the banner so that we're ready to go in just a couple minutes. Welty pretended to be genteel. A little vague. Okay. Yeah, interesting. I think you did. It's hard to talk about things that you suspect, but that you can't articulate because that's the whole point. I got it. At least that's what I thought the point was. Definitive guide to booktube. Is this Jim's next video? Well, that's a good teaser. All right, so we're not hopping here. We're gonna stay or in Yarrow. I just listened to someone talk about The Wrath of Wolves. I think it was L. Thinks, one of the small booktubers that was just shouted out. Anyway, they made it sound interesting. I can't remember if it's the same person. Research. Cool. Are you all like rubbing those hands together thinking of the royalties from the next big book to publish? I definitely told my family how tickled I was by you and your wife getting together and sort of cackling over the threshold for the next check that was like 20 years ago. I thought, yes, I see you. All right. Katya's same vein. What was Katya reading? Oh, The Lady's Paradise, right. Right. Oh, the choices. Ugh, that's rough. I mean, it's hard when you have the book sitting on your shelves, but it's even harder when you have like time limit. Give us the choices. Maybe we can help nudge you one way or the other. Oh, maybe. I confess I probably do that. Skip around. Oh, just like I'm doing now, trying to see everything at once. Looking forward to someone explaining booktube. Me too. Although this may be a little Hitchhiker's Guide type medicine of I know the answer and I'm not going to tell you. Film some more and then the edit. Sounds good. $400 for the next book. 2040. Made enough to buy themselves a beer from Spotify streaming their music over 5 months. Let's see. I mean, depending on the beer. Hey, that sounds about right. Yes, Noelle, you should tell us the audiobook choices and we'll take a poll. It says we've got 8 people watching, so that's a good sample size. That's exciting. That breaks my record. My record before was 6, so 8 people. Exciting. All right, a couple more minutes. I always like to have a warm drink on hand when I'm doing a sprint because I think I'll need like something warm to hang on to, comfort when I get nervous. But the nervousness, and Donna was joining me on this on Wednesday during our live, like makes you overheat and start to sweat. So the hot drink is really not what you need. I don't know if anyone else has this happen. Oh, regular beer, no craft brews. Gotcha. Well, I mean, music and writing, pretty similar. Ooh, okay. Here are the audiobook choices. We should tell Noelle which one we want her to start on. Behind Closed Doors, Song of Achilles, Beautifully Foolish Endeavor. I don't know the other two. I like the title. I'm going to say Beautifully Foolish Endeavor. Is that the sci-fi? Sounds like it must be the sci-fi by process of elimination. Oh, all right. We've got to vote for Song of Achilles. Yes. Polly wants to know your thoughts. Most prolific. 4,000? He has 4,000 videos? Holy cow. Wow. That's intimidating. I don't know anyone with more than that, although that's not a number that I track or even like look at when I look at channels. Yeah, that'd be up in the upper right, but I don't pay attention to that one, so maybe someone else has an opinion. Good point. Brian's got a good point. Also with the VAT, right? You got to add the tax in, so. Madeline Miller. Yeah, everyone's talking about Madeline Miller's books, but I need more opinions. Yeah, I just got Circe. I haven't read Song of Achilles. I don't know. There's probably opinions on which is better, but I don't know. Is it different from what you should read first? Because there's a philosophy that you should read the not as good book first, because then you won't be disappointed. It's kind of like my Anne Bronte dilemma. I have Agnes Grey, but I've heard that Tenet of Wildfell Hall is better. So I'm kind of like, do I read the lesser book so that I'm not disappointed? It's kind of silly. It's definitely silly. What? Okay, well, that's probably why I'm not following him, because I'd feel bad about not keeping up. Sorry, Steve. Hank Green. Oh, Hank Green. Sci-fi? Interesting. John Green's brother writes science fiction? I think I knew that he had a brother who wrote, but I did not know that it was sci-fi. Curiouser and curiouser here. Okay, 1 more minute, and then we're going to sprint. See if you can turn on the camera and waffle on. I love this phrase that everyone's adopted. Waffle on. It's even been incorporated into tags. I love it. It's very cozy. That's good. That's good. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah. Got Jim's vote for Tenet. Oh. Something's happening here. It's not taking my choices. It is better than Agnes Grey. So you've read both. Oh, dang, ahead of me. Another vote. Okay. Hank's debut. Sci-fi. All right. And wanna read. It's a never-ending list. Oh, antipathy. Good word. I haven't read any John Green. Something about the covers and the ubiquity that turned me off. So, mm, okay, that's another great title. It's kind of like what's his name? Um, the staggering genius guy. Yeah, he had great titles. I really don't want to read his stuff, but he had great titles. Highly opinionated. Yeah, at the end I get. Oh, we're over time. The end I get is when he is called out in other people's videos, and so I end up seeing people talk about him, and then he comes into the comments and like jokes back with them, and I'm like, that's fun. That's all I need. I don't need 4,000 videos. Uh, excellent. Good for Cersei. Ruffle Steve's feathers. Always a pleasure. And that tag that someone said, which is just books that Steve hasn't read, that's very entertaining. I hadn't seen that. Oh, okay. Some more John Green, Hank Green. Da, 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 da. Yeah, that's kind of what I felt. Cool. All right, so I'm gonna pop up our sprinting. We're gonna go for another 20 minutes. Stay in your lane or hop to the next swimming lane, and I'll mute myself and see you guys in 20 minutes. Somehow I always remember at the right time to look up to stop, but I don't look up at the right time to stop talking. Funny how that works. Okay, let's stop the sprint scroll. There we go. How'd everybody do? Excellent. Yes, Beth Ann is here. I hope you got to take a breath after the meeting. I liked Sina's comment about John Green. There are better authors out there for the audience, the teens, that don't get the attention. True, which is why there are plenty of people promoting YA titles on YouTube. I don't see him that often on BookTube, which is great. Dan Brown, Stephen King. Yeah, I'm not. He has a great book on writing for writers, but not. I mean, I haven't read any Stephen King. I really want to, and what I hear from people is just confirming me in my opinion. And on Dan Brown, who did I just commented on someone's page about Dan Brown. I can't remember who it was. It's like someone who I talk with all the time. So I can't remember. But I said, oh, I bet it's Amrita. Yeah. Because I said he must be related to Encyclopedia Brown, which is why the mysteries are super easy to guess. And I thought I was hilarious, but it didn't. It flopped. My joke flopped. It's fine. 542 of Anna Karenina. Is that 10 pages? Nice. Anything exciting happen? Anything salacious happen? Breath and cookies. Oh, what a great Friday combination. Yes, here for it. 11% in. Oh, did you just start the book? Okay, awesome. Fantasy. And I bet that's a big book too, if it's a fantasy book. Brian made a grocery list. Excellent. I found out that Zoom charged me twice in March, so I'm glad I did my receipts this month because no. I'm going to be calling someone at Zoom and saying, give me back my money. He does enough of self-promotion. Is that about John Green? Or yeah, John Green, not Dan Brown. Yeah, on writing's really good. The Vlog Brothers. Oh, well, that's fun. I mean, you can like people in a different medium. That totally makes sense to me. Oh, I don't know which one. Totally agree. Yeah. Anna and Vronsky have returned to St. Petersburg from Italy, and they are shunned by Petersburg society. Oh. Do they use the phrase cut direct in a Russian novel translated? I wonder. That's one of those things. It's like a quintessential Regency novel phrase. I don't know if it was started by what's her name, Georgette Heyer, or if it was actually existent in the Regency time. I think it must have been. But as I don't write in that period, I don't have to ensure the veracity of any of the vocabulary. So I make no promises on that one. But it'd be fun to know if they did, if the translator did. Oh, interesting. Well, if you think you're missing messages from other people, maybe reload the page. I don't know. Signing? He goes live to sign books like all the time. So I actually just watched author tuber Bethany Atazadeh, and she had a book release party, but before the release date, she had a book signing party for the people who had pre-ordered. And I didn't manage to pre-order, but I watched that. I was like, this is so great. This is such a good way to like manufacture excitement. She's got so many things going on. And she did have a video as well that showed her going crazy, trying to get all the things in a row. And I was like, yes, again, I feel you. I know exactly what that's like. But that's why it was so great to have the signing video, because she was just finally like, it's done. I can celebrate some things. And like, that was happy. That was happy times. So I don't know that I would do that like periodically. Although if you have a huge audience, maybe you have to. I don't know. Who knows? Brian's going to step out for a minute. All right. Shawshank Redemption was written by Stephen King. Short books written as Richard Bachman. Okay. Shawshank Redemption was a short story, though, right? Like The Green Mile. I remember seeing those tiny little novellas when I worked in the bookstore, going, "Oh, the movie makers did a lot with a little bit of material," which is how it works. 250,000 times. Oh, oh, oh. Pre-order party sounds fun. Yes. And if you're thinking about it, watch Bethany's channel, Bethany Atizadeh. I will type it in and not make a spelling error this time. Why is it so hard? Because it's up here. Because I have it on a platform of books. And I have this on my lap, but it doesn't feel right. Okay. On fire. Yeah, I put a chat message out during the live stream on Wednesday when I was talking with the historian Donna Sinclair about Their Eyes Were Watching God. And she wrote a book called Black Woman in Green, and I wrote Black Woman in Grebe, and I was like, I can't take it back, and now I look really silly. Oh well, what are you gonna do? All right, so we're on Stephen King shorter works. They weren't really horror. Yeah, okay. They're more suspense and like maybe that's his niche that I should try. Carpal tunnel, totally. Got it. Dupe, that's my comment. I'm just going down the line without looking, so I just put up mine. The Stand. Oh, is The Stand a big chunker? You're gonna wait till next March, huh? I guess. Is that one you already have on your shelf? I know whenever I hear people talking about, one of the tag questions was, what book can't you get a hold of? And I think, we don't have problems, y'all. Jim over in Georgia has problems getting a hold of books. Feel for you. Yeah. There's just so many books to read that it really, I don't get bothered if I can't find a certain one at a certain time. It seems kind of silly. Oh, Polly's back. Hosting a release day party this Sunday. Ooh, self-published poetry book collection from a fellow Filipino. Oh, you moved too quickly there. Talking about mental health, and there will be a Q&A. Oh, how fun. What, does the fellow Filipino poetry person have a booktube channel? I've just recently found one and then found several other Filipino booktubers. And so I'm, once you get one, all the doorways start opening. So maybe I've heard of them. That sounds exciting. So release day party, poetry readings. Yay. Very exciting. So let us know if they have a channel, what their name is, what their handle is. Oh, you're hosting the release. Sorry, I needed to read that again. So it's Polly's channel, what Polly reads, and it's a friend who does not have their own channel. Gotcha. Very exciting. She does have a channel. You still not Bella. Okay, that's not one I've heard of yet. New diecast. We have our cause tube. Jim has his diecast. It's a firm line. It's a bright line, as they say in military technology. Military parlance, I mean. Cool. Okay, Isa, not Bella. That's how I'm saying it. I don't know if that's right, but yeah, definitely check it out. She's got a poetry reading on Polly's channel on Sunday. Sunday for you, which is Saturday night for us, maybe. So I'll be sure to check the time. Sounds good. Diecast. What's that? stuff. Die cast is, I think, the term for the process that they make the metal model cars from. And tell me if I'm wrong, but that's like what I think. Yay. Booktube love. All good. Okay, like I said, I finished my receipts. I'm gonna have to call Zoom on top of the other things that I hate to do, but I can't do that while you're watching. I mean, I guess I could, but that'd be weird. What else is on my list for the next sprint? So I did March expenses. The other teaser. Yes. Okay. So the other thing that I wanted to put out there is that the next thing I'm doing as I perch over my cauldron is an April giveaway. So I started Patreon last year and I'm just sort of bumbling my way through it. I've heard from other authors, it's not a great platform to grow on. And so I'm trying to think of ways to make it fun and supportive and celebratory and the same kind of booktube love that we get here. And so one of the things I stopped doing is giving books to the used bookstore and books and the sort of treasures that I've been hoarding for book events where I was going to give them away for like pre-orders and stuff. Those are going to go out as giveaway prizes. And I took a lot of photographs of all the things and I like grouped them in little different groupings. That didn't make sense. I think you know what I mean. Anyway, there's a couple things in each month, and every month I'm gonna draw from all the levels. So I think I have 2, 5, and 8. If you sign up at any level, that's entering you into the drawing for like my little bookish treasure trove. The way I put it was like it's like when you go to the dentist as a kid and they have like the treasure chest of like cheap plastic toys. But as a kid, you're like, yes, I'm totally going to behave so I can get this like plastic toy in a plastic wrapper, which looking back is actually pretty terrible. So maybe I shouldn't use that as a metaphor. But anyway, I want to spread the love and, give away the books that I've read and would recommend or haven't read and I'm unhauling and just like think other people might be interested in. So I'm going to put 2 groupings up each month and then draw a name and then have the person pick which one they want so that there's not, totally dud. I don't want this at all kind of feeling because that would be lame. So that's my new project. All right. So Sunday night in the Philippines, Sunday morning for y'all. Okay. So Sunday morning for the poetry reading. We'll check it out. Awesome. Diecast racing. Yes. Pinoy Hot Wheels Collectors Club. Oh, they've got an acronym. They are in business. Here, what is it called? Cook it with gas in the Philippines. Nice. Not to let my brothers and nephews see that channel. Oh. Catch the live. Okay, so Jim is saying it's a Facebook group. Of course it is. Facebook groups for everything. Middle of the day for Germany. There we go. I like how everyone has to like sort themselves into time zones. Oh, they have a drawer. Okay, we had a box. Bethan had a drawer. That's funny. Or a balloon. I guess they're well, no, they don't do lollipops because that's bad for your teeth. Yeah, Sunday, the dentist toys. Yeah. So that's I was trying to think of a title for this and I'm calling it Treasure Trove. So that's gonna be the new thing. And I will put that up for just a second before we are hopping back into the next sprint and put it in the chat. So you click on it. That's just my Patreon in case you want to see what I offer. I just finished doing postcards for April because I mail out postcards that are from my vast collection of postcards, literally over 20 years old from me. I'm going to be 40 this month, 20-year-old postcards that I have kept that long, plus other postcards that I found decluttering my parents' house. So like really old ones. I found some from Arizona and the Old West. Calamity Jane is going out this month. Doc Holliday is going out this month. Just like really fun. So I need to take pictures of those, but not during this sprint, later today. So yeah. Anyone else hopping to a new task or reading a new thing, or are we just gonna waffle on in the direction? uh, Lollipops. That's yeah. I guess he wants future clients. Jim's got the answer for you, Brian. uh, let's see. Yeah, same conclusion. He'll get more business out of you in the future. Life starts at 40. Oh, I hope not. I've been living. I'm not worried. I've been enjoying life as much as possible. Living and growing. Okay, so 12:20. Let's start a new sprint. Beth Ann is here to slay. Let me change it. So 12:20, 20 minutes seems to work. No one has put up any resistance, so I'm going with 20 minutes again. And I'll mute myself and see you in 20 minutes. And then we'll have a party at the end. Okay, bye. And there we go again. 20 minutes. I didn't need to do that, but I did. Is that productive? I don't know. We've gone from turbo slow down to like the middle lane. I think I'm cruising in the middle lane of the freeway now. Like, not trying to get by, not super clunky, but not my processing speed is slowed down. I think I need to get an actual meal. So one of the things I looked up, feel free to put where you are in your book or what you got done in the chat. I'm looking for that research, Brian Bueller. One of the things was like drawing the winner for the March of the Moderns, and I was looking up other people who might have like read more than one book to try to do a bingo, and I saw people who were doing one book, like Jim, who's reading Dorothy Sayers, and I wanted to know how it was because I wanted to get his opinion as a British person reading Dorothy Sayers, because I think I said weeks ago something about, I think I'm not getting the jokes, sort of that humor aspect that Louise Erdrich was writing about. Like, if you don't get the humor, it really sort of isn't a great reading experience. So he says it was okay, but I think Agatha Christie is more entertaining. There we go. And Brianna is here. She said, just came off lunch break, was reading a Patreon update, which I got done while I was on this platform live. Haha! Which I thought was funny. So she was coming to try and understand this virtual sprinting concept. Otherwise, working. Gotcha. And yeah, it might be hard to understand if you have it on mute because you're working at the same time. But yeah, just what I put in the post is that it's funny because you're sitting silently, not even together, but sort of together, and breaking it up for intermittent chats. And what I said was, does this sound weird? Welcome to the future. Really, right? 66 of 483. Oh, last time you said 11%. I'm not going to do the math on that quickly, but woohoo! Progress. Seen as adulting, writing bills, paying bills. You never know when you might get double charged for something. It's important. Looked up a bunch of dates to make a timeline for each of the chapters in my manuscript. What are you writing on? Do tell. And cleaning up a data set, got stuck on a piece of the data. Arg. Excellent. Jim has finished part 5. 3 more parts to go. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Here's my question for today. How are people feeling about, I know there's sort of a spectrum we swing back and forth on, like a pendulum, the having to read versus getting to read. I think sprints encourage the idea that you're having to read and it feels like a chore, which I don't want to do. But we all want to participate in readathons and buddy reads and stuff like that. So there's like, levers going up and levers going down all the time. So where are you on the spectrum today? It'd be nice to know, like, just sort of taking the temperature, filling out where you are. Oh, Brian's working on military history. Sort of. Okay. That's intriguing. Poly 16%. Okay. So you have to look up your percentage. When I was reading the ebooks that I had from the library, it would tell me the page number, but not the percentage. And I was in iBooks. So maybe I don't know where to look for the percentage, but I couldn't find it. Kindle app. Oh, okay. So maybe Kindle's different from Apple. Yeah. Sprints make the solitary act of reading into a community thing. I think it's fun. Yeah, I like it. That's good. Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't reading. I participated in a reading sprint a couple of days ago, Tuesday, and I did productivity stuff rather than reading because I don't know. I guess when I'm reading, it's normally like 8 or 9 in the morning. I do internet stuff and then I do breakfast and then I do reading. And then as soon as it is like after 9 o'clock, I do my exercise because it's after quiet hours for my neighbors who can hear me exercise on the floor. it's a weak point. It's a soft point. So be nice. But yeah, so I think it's earlier than people are reading when I fit it into my day. Sprints is something that gives me a nudge to take the time to read. Yeah, there's, I guess, a generous amount of ground when you invite people to participate, which is like, we're all going to do a thing, and then we're going to just kind of like chat and sort of trade back and forth. And so I think, for me at least, the flexibility is key, that you're welcoming people in no matter what they're deciding to do at the time, because what they're coming for is the sense of community, like Noelle was saying. And so that works for me. Wishing to read the spectrum. That means you're off. That means you're off the charts, Brianna. Wishing you could read, I should say. That's what I'm interpreting that to mean. A few more pages of Anna Karenina. Picked up Mary Barton. Want to finish Anna Karenina first. One classic at a time. That sounds like a good rule of thumb. Yeah, current reads can get out of control and make you feel overwhelmed, for me at least. So I try to keep it down to like 6. Brian saying, I like the sprint because they make me search for short things I need to do and can get done in the time period. Exactly. But that you haven't thought through or planned or, committed to doing. Exactly. That's sort of where I am. Yeah, receipts are done. Post is done. I don't know why. Sometimes writing posts is not as gratifying. And I think it's because they have so little interaction, So that's why this feels more rewarding. It's like, there's the pellet, there's the lever. Noelle saying, anything I can do to trick my brain into thinking we're playing a game is usually a win. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. I think we're on the same wavelength. The other thing that I have been trying to keep up with is, let's see. What can I make it into playing a game? So I don't sprints. Yeah, got it. I don't do videos about bullet journaling, but it definitely makes me feel like I'm making progress and like I'm not losing things into the ether. So actually like this one. This is the layout for this week. It looks actually pretty good. Usually there's a lot of chicken scratch, but this time it stayed in its proper space. So yeah, I'm feeling like there's still lots of big decisions that are waving around in my brain, but yeah, so there's the other end. I love the concept, but can never keep up with it. Yeah. I feel like if I didn't look at it every day as sort of part of the morning ritual, I would just forget things and drop things. And what I'm trying to do is be more systematic about sharing content and preparing the way for it so that I'm not just wasting time. Because I feel like in the past, as an author for 9 years now, in the past, I've done things where I thought I could connect with people, but unless you prepare the way for that connection, it's really just wasting time. So I'm trying to not do that as much and, prepare the way, meaning like saying, this is coming up, and then a reminder, this is coming up, put it on your calendar, and then like right as it starts, hey, we're doing this now, like it's sort of like, because people are busy and it's reality. So I'm trying to work with that instead of just wishing that people would come, so it's working. It seems to be working. Bye, Brian. Thanks for stopping by. Glad you got a little bit of research done. Midnight is approaching. There we go. After reading Why We Sleep, I've been trying to stick to regular bedtimes. Yeah, I think Sina read that. I can't remember. Someone else was talking a while ago about that. Yeah, I'm no good. I can't stay up. Bye, Polly. Thanks for coming. Hey, morning rituals are fun. Um, I don't know if they're as fun for non-morning people. I don't know. Let's get a tally. um, do, 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 do. Hey, Jim. Beth Ann might be able to weigh in if she's a morning person or a night owl. Sort of started doing a bullet journal. It's hard to keep up, but I think useful when I can make it happen. Oh, okay. Why we sleep was a DNF. Well, yeah. So I guess last little poll question is about uh, morning rituals versus bullet journals. Maybe people combine them. Maybe they take one or the other. Wonder if there's a theory in there, like as to their usefulness. You could bullet journal at night. I guess people do. Brianna saying, as a non-morning person, I can attest that morning routines are not fun, but typically make the day go more smoothly. Yeah. Marilyn's in the house. Night owl. That's right. That's why you're only here now, because I rolled it back earlier. Sorry. Seen as a night owl. Yes. Around the kids. There you go. Once my kid is more independent. Yeah. Make notes before going to bed. Yeah. I remember doing that in high school. Reluctant morning person. Yeah. I used to make lists of like the order of things to do in the morning before school. And it would be like shower, brush teeth, breakfast, just because you had to go upstairs and you had to go down and then you had to like wait for someone and then you had to like walk together because my brother and I walked to school together. So there was like strategic thought that went into this. I don't know. It's silly. Lots of things are silly when you're growing up and you're trying to figure out life. Reluctant morning person. Brianna says yes. Yeah, that's different issues now. Well, great job, everybody. The hot drink is no longer hot. That's fine. I'm just going to move it out of the way for Taste Life Twice. Just as the reminder, we have the post with takeaways from the readathon coming up. We have the April giveaway for patrons of any level, which is like books and bookish hoarded treasures going out. I won't draw until later in the month, so we have like 3 weeks to talk about that. And what was the third thing? Third thing was, the book club. Just last reminder that Love Medicine by Louise Erdrich. I need to decide what I'm going to call that name. Very excited. First book by her, another Indigenous literature read. And that's going to be happening on April 18th. If anyone is interested, it's in the chat. So, Brenda was talking about the list, not Reluctant Morning Person. Brother's always made fun of her and her lists. I'm with you. Oh my God. I didn't have anyone making fun of me because I put them on my wall by my bed. I guess no one saw them. I was like, I don't know if it was hiding. I don't know. Yep. Kids, had to be a morning person for a long time. Right at night. Oh, okay. Love a good list. Yeah, listicles. I don't do list videos. Those might be successful, but I guess I don't have the BuzzFeed knack of a good list. I write lists for myself, but I know they're a thing on BookTube, so maybe that's like a thought to ponder. In the meantime, Beth Ann and I are going to come up with a tag, and we're working on it behind the scenes. So pretty soon we'll think of something that's going to be fun. Another like meta tag. I think that'll be fun. All right. Thanks, everybody. That was really fun. Thanks for showing up and interacting and being part of the community. I want to make this like a First Friday thing because there's lots of other stuff going on, so I don't like step on anyone's toes, but I'm going to like plant my little flag in the First Friday and hopefully make that a group thing. But let me know if you guys are doing sprints and have a dedicated date or time, and I'll try to work that in as well because it works. Yes. Yes lists. Yes tags. All the good stuff. All right. Thank you so much, guys. It's the start of the weekend where you are. Hurrah. Go celebrate. It's so sunny outside. It's glorious, ridiculously glorious again. So I'm gonna head outside and go for a walk, I think, to sort of clear all the charged turbo energy, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye.